Cloud seeding is also known as artificial precipitation in creating rain. One of the first nations in the Persian Gulf to adopt cloud seeding technology is the United Arab Emirates. Scientists in the UAE use cloud seeding technology to augment the nation's water insecurity, which is caused by the climate's high heat. They regularly track the atmosphere of the nation using weather radar. Forecasters and scientists have calculated that cloud seeding activities can increase rainfall by up to 15% in humid environments and up to 30% in clear environments. Due to the difficulty in predicting the long-term, worldwide effects of this technique, environmental concerns have been raised. The United Arab Emirates, which had been struggling with temperatures over 50 degrees Celsius, found some relief by using a novel form of cloud seeding in which they charged clouds with electricity. Scientist Kandala Murali Mohan at Krishi Vigyan Kendra, Medak, described the procedure as follows. Cloud seeding is a process to create artificial rain. Here, chemicals like silver iodide, potassium iodide and dry ice are sent to the atmosphere through helicopters or planes. These particles attract the water vapor in the air, leading to the formation of cumulonimbus clouds and finally rain. It generally takes half an hour to produce rainfall by this method. The time taken to generate rain depends on which portion of the cloud the chemicals are being injected into. Zapping the top layers gives the fastest results. The UAE experiences an arid climate with less than 100 millimeters of annual rainfall, a high rate of surface water evaporation, and a low rate of groundwater recharge. In the winter months between December and March, rainfall in the United Arab Emirates has varied during the past few decades. With the exception of the coast and the border between the UAE and Oman, where there is substantial humidity, the UAE has a generally dry climate. Due to its location near a dust hotspot, the UAE experiences an arid climate. Due to frontal storms from the west and northwest, which produce only a few inches of rain every year, there is little to no rainfall. Scientists and the government are concerned about future water security due to the lack of rainfall. The demand for water has risen quickly as a result of industrialization and population development. Resources are running out, and problems with scarcity are emerging. In order to tackle potential water and food shortages, the UAE is looking to cloud seeding technologies to boost water security and renewability. In 2015, the UAE government established the UAE Research Program for Rain Enhancement Science, UAEREP. It enables scientists and researchers to undertake study to raise the accuracy of cloud seeding technologies and pitch their potential solutions. Through the UAEREP, scientists are given funding following the presentation of their research projects. One of its main objectives is to develop the science, technology, and application of rain augmentation while also encouraging more financing for collaborations between researchers to advance the subject, boost rainfall, and guarantee global water security. Early in 2001, the UAEREP began working with the National Center for Atmospheric Research, NCAR, in the United States, Witwatersrand University in South Africa, and the National Aeronautics and Space Agency, NASA, in the United States to perform research initiatives. The United Arab Emirates Ministry of Presidential Affairs launched the program for rain enhancement science. The UAE National Center of Meteorology and Seismology, NCMS, situated in Abu Dhabi, is in charge of managing it. With each aircraft spending roughly 3 hours to target 5 to 6 clouds at a cost of $3,000 each operation, a total of 187 missions were sent in 2014 to seed clouds in the United Arab Emirates. In 2017, the UAE had 214 missions, and in 2018, it had 184 missions, and 247 missions were launched in 2019. Tests of new technologies were done in 2020 with partners in the United States to test the use of nanomaterials for seeding. Harmful effects on environment. These tests, nevertheless, are bad for the environment. The procedure may cause the ozone layer to thin, the oceans to become more acidic, and the atmosphere's carbon dioxide concentration to rise, according to a scientist. Silver is a heavy, poisonous metal that is bad for the health of both people and animals as well as vegetation. Cloud seeding is another pricey technique. The cost of 1 foot of rain is approximately $200. Are the adverse effects of the procedure worth it? The UAE's inadequate infrastructure is severely impacted by the increase in rainfall caused by cloud seeding. Flooding was the consequence of a cloud seeding experiment that the UAE National Center of Meteorology and Seismology carried out in October 2019 as part of the UAE Research Program for Rain Enhancement Science in January 2020. The UAE National Center of Meteorology and Seismology's cloud seeding experiment, which was carried out as part of the UAE research program for rain enhancement science in 2019, caused a flood in 2020. Drainage systems were unable to handle the level of water, significantly harming commercial and residential sectors, necessitating the deployment of pumps to remove the extra water. The UAE is expected to spend 500 million dirhams, $136.10 million, to prevent infrastructure and transportation from flooding after powerful fake storms. One of the most populated cities in the UAE, Sharjah, has already been significantly flooded as a result of cloud seeding activity. Better data can help guarantee that the seeding activities won't go over what the city's drainage systems can handle. To reduce potential impacts, additional infrastructure needs to be assessed. To get comprehensive rainfall data, researchers advise making regular changes to IDF curves. Salts and silver iodine crystals must be fired into the atmosphere during cloud seeding missions. The risk of respiratory disorders rises with the concentration of particulate matter or micropollutants. A study that was done in 2017 before and after cloud seeding missions found that the months with active artificial rain were correlated with an increase in particle matter. This is attributed by researchers to leftover silver iodine crystals that did not dissolve in the rain during the months when clouds were being seeded. The UAE Unified Aerosol Experiment, UAE-2, was a study carried out to evaluate the development and efficiency of cloud seeding specifically in the UAE. In regions where cloud seeding is used, researchers discovered a considerable rise in rainfall trends. More recently, particulate matter concentrations have increased in over 20 localities of the UAE that took part in cloud seeding experiments. Due to the inability to conduct controlled studies and the difficulties in direct tracking, it is challenging to assess the overall environmental impact of cloud seeding. Stating that such experiments can lead to ecological imbalances, he adds, by manufacturing showers in the latter region on a day when it was not supposed to rain naturally, we are affecting the natural rainfall the coastal areas received that day. Cloud seeding is still in the experimental stage. I feel that the outcomes are not great compared to the cost and effort the whole exercise requires. A greener option? Due to the fact that the Dubai experiment used battery-operated drones to provide the electric charge, it is claimed to be a greener alternative to the conventional techniques. The UAE Research Program for Rain Enhancement Science hired the University of Reading to carry out the rainmaking experiment in Dubai in 2017. The institution had stated in a press statement that the electric charge approach works by making the droplets adhere to one another, again enhancing the growth rate. Aircraft will also be used to administer this, but they will be small, battery-powered remote-controlled ones that are greener. Did you know? Prince William and Kate Middleton used cloud seeding services to prevent rain during their wedding because they were worried about the consistently rainy English climate. To prevent rain at the 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing, China used cloud seeding. To ensure that it rains before the event, they launched chemical rockets into the sky. The increase in rainfall takes into account both the aerial and ground-based processes that take place in various types of rain clouds, but generally focused on convective clouds. Instead of traditional randomized aircraft seeding, which does not account for the different characteristics of rain clouds, notably those found in sandy and arid places like the UAE uses operational aircraft-based and drone-controlled hygroscopic cloud seeding. The devices have been outfitted since 2021 with a payload of electric charge emission equipment and specialized sensors that fly at low altitudes and charge air molecules with electricity. Natural salts like potassium chloride and sodium chloride, which already present in the atmosphere due to hygroscopic flares, are used in hygroscopic cloud seeding. Hygroscopic particles are added to the natural raindrops, enhancing them and starting the collision coalescence process. In order to increase the levels in aquifers and reservoirs, the UAE currently primarily cloud seeds in the eastern mountains near the Oman border. 7 air quality stations, a network of 5 stationary and 1 mobile Doppler weather radars, 75 networked automatic weather stations spread around the UAE, and 6 Beechcraft King Air C-90 aircraft scattered across the nation are all used for cloud seeding activities. 4 drones with sensors to analyze cloud content have been created by University of Reading researchers. The sub-2 meter wide drones are thrown into the air in search of clouds that are the right temperature, humidity, and electrical charge. To induce the tiny raindrops to cling together, the drones hunt for them and shoot a jolt of electricity that looks a little like false lightning. These larger droplets will eventually become rain when they are sufficiently heavy. The size of the droplets is really crucial. The air beneath the cloud is so dry and hot that smaller water droplets just never make it to the ground as they evaporate on their journey to the top. There are conflicting opinions regarding this research because it is yet unclear how altering the natural processes of the Earth might have long-term consequences which might prove far more damaging than the situation we're currently in, and would be difficult to undo. What are your opinions on this? Do you believe this method Dubai has planned to resort to is good enough to be implemented, and should be followed by the other countries as well, or do you think this will only prove to be terminal? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, do give us a thumbs up, share the video and subscribe to our channel. We keep coming up with interesting videos like this, so make sure you hit the bell icon below to never miss anything from us.